Hey, what's going on, LEGO Maniacs, and welcome back to a brand new video. I am ZacATK. So today we're doing a bit of a LEGO City, LEGO room update. I haven't done one of those in a hot minute. And so anyways, let's just go ahead and talk about the LEGO City. Right now, I feel like it's in a state of not quite finality, as in I just ordered a ton of green stuff to make for trees and stuff like that. So I've asked Miss ZacATK Bricks, Miss Bricks, to, hey, would you mind making some more trees for LEGO City? She said she'd love to, so in a future update video, I will share all of her work. She does absolutely phenomenal work when it comes to making greenery for LEGO City. She makes the best and most beautiful trees I've ever seen. So anyways, without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about what my plans are for the LEGO room, and then we'll do a quick overview of the LEGO room and the LEGO City as it is. So right now, I feel like we're at a good point of like, all right, cool, the LEGO room is working out really, really well, and maybe we can talk about expanding it. And so in the background, off camera, I have been building stuff for potentially a more robust build environment. And by robust, I mean bigger than my build desk, which I'm very, very fond of. And I very much like my build desk. It's one of my favorite things in this room, and I'm really not sure if I'm ready to part ways with it just yet, because we're thinking about maybe building some stuff outside the LEGO room, which is okay. I like for everything to be more contained, but as LEGO seems to be spilling more and more out throughout the house, I kind of feel like it's getting to a point to where, hey, it may be okay to do so. So the build desk as it is, I really like it, but I feel like we have an opportunity to expand the LEGO City, and I can do it one or two ways. I can expand it by 2 tables and leave a little gap where I can still roll my desk back, my chair back rather, no problem, and still maintain the build desk that I have going on here. Or let me show you the or. So in previous videos, some of you may remember me filming in front of this wall and this wall. I completed the wallpaper probably about 1.5 to 2 years ago now, and I've been dabbling with the idea of making this like a filming backdrop of sorts, but I haven't really figured out how to do that. And so up until recently, I didn't have a place for my stairlight containers, and now I've built this container holder, whatever you want to call it. It's essentially a nice little, it could be used for anything other than LEGO, but it uses 2 3x3 and then 1 2x3 of the cube shelves, and then I just took a piece of wood and wrapped it in some wood material, like wrapped, to make it look like it's wooden, but it's not. It's just looks like butcher block, but it's not. And so I'm thinking about making this my filming backdrop, but also utilizing this island here as my essentially build desk going forward. It's just kind of hard to get out of the LEGO room because I like everything being contained, but there's plenty of storage down there for other things, and for the time being it's just kind of holding some of our other hobby stuff, which I'll eventually find a home for. But in the meantime, I'm thinking about maybe getting some of those wire shelves that you see on Wayfair that people use for the Star Wars elements, and so I thought maybe putting one here and one here, and then having something big in the middle. I'm not sure what yet. I really want to be married to the idea of what I'm going to put up here before I poke more holes in the wall, especially considering after all the really hard work that I've done with the wallpaper, because it was a pain in the butt. It took me like 2 hours to do, and that corner over there was the worst part. So going from the corner to over here was a major pain in the butt. But I really like how the stairlight containers look in this, and that gives me more LEGO display space up here, and then also more ability to pull from a larger array of parts instead of having to go several different places in order to find the parts I need. In other news, I am making this really neat little container for all my brick separators. I saw a fun little craft online, so that's another project that I'm working on. Also, a little side note, I'm working on another project to zhuzh up this hallway a little bit, because it's very bland, there's not a whole lot going on. And so I'm working on a project to display LEGO sets on the wall using some picture frames that I've gotten an idea to make my own. And so definitely some opportunity here to display some stuff out here. I really want to do non-like themed Lego sets, more along the lines of decorative stuff that May can put up, stuff that she can display, like her flowers and stuff like that, which is displayed all over the house. Which right now, some of our other Lego sets are in this little shelf that May had built, and so she's displaying a lot of her sets that she's built over here in the corner. She's particularly proud of this one. She did a really good job on that one, and that was the biggest set she's built yet, so I'm pretty proud of her for building that, and it was on her Christmas list, so I was pretty surprised. But just some stuff about us here on this shelf, and then over here across the living room we have some other stuff that I've built and she's built. And anyways, this was my Nana's in her front entryway, and so I've repurposed it and put some other Lego sets and stuff on it. And a lot of these sets I'm going to try and find more permanent homes for. It's just kind of pale mail thrown in here, but I think it looks really good over here. And we're going to try and figure out some other things. But this thing originally came with a little mirror that I have put away for safekeeping, so I couldn't put it up right there. And then these little wall sconce shelf things, whatever you want to call them, she had candles and stuff on them, but I thought it'd be pretty neat to display the botanical sets on them, and they look really, really good. So, like I said, Lego is spilling out all over the house. Right now in the Lego room, I am working on another wooden Toby build. I'm building Percy to go with my Thomas. I'm just waiting on my pick-a-brick order to come in from across the pond, along with some other BrickLink orders that I needed for parts that LEGO.com didn't have. Anyways, the Lego room is pretty as it was in the last couple of videos, although I'm happy to report that Thomas now can make a full loop around the entire Lego city, which I'm pretty stoked that he can go around the Lego city no problem. Also, side question for anyone who uses Powered Up, I'm hitting the minus button to make him go forward. You would think the plus button would make him go forward, but it actually makes him go backwards. Any tips on getting this to go plus to go forward, minus to go backwards, or slow down? It's kind of dumb. Doesn't really bother me too much, but it is a bit infuriating to my OCD. But anyway, so the Lego City hasn't had too many additions since the last Lego City overview video. I have this neat little construction scene going, which is pretty rad. I have a crane back there unloading some support parts. The Lego store is still as it is. Corner garage still where it's at. Theory Sabers, the Boutique Hotel, the Jazz Club, and the Assembly Square is there. And then we have the museum, and then over here we have the park with Bluey and the gang. And then the most recent addition is Lightning McQueen. I built him yesterday, and I have to say, oof, so many stickers. There were too many stickers for Lightning McQueen, but I do like the build. He looks really, really good, the details. And I actually did somewhat of a decent job putting the stickers on, I hope. So anyway, I just stuck him in the Lego City right there, just to be front and center with Thomas. I thought that was a neat little lineup of, you know, Thomas meeting Lightning McQueen. So anyways, over here is the greenery that I mentioned before that May had did. And just look at all those beautiful trees that she did. She did an absolutely phenomenal job. Just so many different details and pops of color that she put together. And so I have this big giant bin of plants and trees and all kinds of stuff for her to make that I got from Pick-a-Brick. That was the majority of my Pick-a-Brick order was for her. The rest of it was for my wooden Toby Percy, which is funny. I uploaded the parts in a Excel spreadsheet, and somehow I still have extras of all the green pieces and stuff that I didn't order or ask for. So, and it was funny because there were some parts that were just missing altogether. So I contacted LEGO customer service, and they were like, "Oh, we're so sorry. You know, here's some VIP points for you." So it was kind of just that. But anyways, a lot of stuff has been built, obviously, since then. Like the double train shed, the old-fashioned train shed was built, and I have some other builds that I need to figure out a way to incorporate. I just don't know where I would put them in the way the city is laid out. because the train itself has taken up so much real estate. I had no idea that having a Lego train in your city would eat up so much real estate, especially when you consider that the roads originally went to the edge of the city and we had so much room, but just compacting everything by essentially 2 base plates on both sides and then a half a base plate top and back is pretty nuts. There's a lot of landscape and real estate, and the ability to do certain things are just completely lost. But I really wanted a train, and I don't regret getting a train. I just really wish they didn't take up so much real estate. Anyways, so here's the plan of what I was alluding to at the start of the video. Was eventually build desk would go and I would expand the tables out 1 more row. Now that would make it a 3x3 table layout. My other idea for the time being was maybe to rotate the tables this way. That way I have more walkway on both sides, because I only have just barely 11 inches on both sides to walk from side to side of the city. And it's kind of a pain to walk on this side because I'll knock over trees or knock over anything, and it's kind of frustrating. So my thinking is if I rotate this way, I can maybe avoid expanding out for a little bit longer. I would still be able to by rotating the table this way. That's not a big deal. So, and it would make the city a little bit longer, which I think would be nice, because I do think it's maybe wide enough. But the good thing about it is, if I don't like how it looks, you know, wide and long, then I can go back to the square type of layout, which would, you know, either way, it would give me opportunities to do certain things. And so the room at that point, I think, would be at the breaking point of expansion, because either it's going to stay this way and the table comes out in this empty space right here, or it rotates this way and, you know, eliminate essentially the build desk either way. I would still have enough room, obviously, to sit at my desk and edit videos and stuff like that, but that would have to be realistically the final expansion to the city. I mean, there's just no other way around it. Alternatively, this has just struck me, but if I end up taking this away as the build desk, I could still leave the desk here and maybe turn this into another miniature layout of some kind, like a smaller city. I have no idea. That just hit me, which I thought would be a pretty neat idea. But anyways, that's the gist of the Lego City. The Lego room is busting at the seams parts. I have maybe 2 spots left to add a Lego set, maybe, and that's me being very conservative. I have added another helmet up here, and so the helmet collection is almost complete. I'm still lacking the Mandalorian, I'm sorry, the Mandalorian and the Death Trooper, I believe it's called. I do have the Kylo Ren helmet, but it's still sealed in box. And then up here, all my sets that I've built and displayed. That is a potential spot up there. I just need to get to it. That's that Maul throne and like capture chamber. And then over there, I'm still saving that spot for Obi-Wan Starfighter. And then I could potentially squeeze the helmets together a little bit more and scoot them down and fit 1 more up here. I would just have to scoot over the Slave 1. And at that point, we would be at capacity on the shelves. So there's potentially room for 3 more sets. I don't know if I can make it. I'll try my best, because up here I've actually started displaying stuff too. I just got the sand crawler off of Facebook Marketplace. It was sealed in box. I was pretty stoked about that. So up here is packed too, and then I also have Lego sets on my desk, the Batmobile and stuff like that, which I'm trying to figure out how to display those. And obviously I could maybe add an additional thing of shelves below that, but I don't know how I would do that, and that would require putting more holes in the wall, which I've already put quite a few holes in the wall with putting the shelves up, and you know, that's a possibility too. I don't really want to do it, because then I'd have to like rehang all these posters, and that was kind of a pain in the butt to hang. But anyways, the only new things here are some of these Lego minifigure displays that Dots got me, so thank you, Dots. I feel bad it took me forever to paint them and to hang them, but I finally have them hung on the wall, and they are displaying the minifigures from the Sandcrawler, and so I need to fill those up with some more minifigures. I need to figure out which ones I would have put in there. They're pretty neat. Only thing I don't like about them is that they're not really stuck in there. They're just kind of sitting up there on their own accord, and so like one good gust from the door could potentially blow them off the wall. So it's already happened a couple times, but I'll figure out something solution to fix them. I'm probably gonna put them like on a plate or something like that, and that would probably work. Or I could like CA glue those minifigure clips in there. Who knows? But yeah, so the Lego City is obviously jam-packed. The Lego room is jam-packed, and I'm trying to figure things out as we go. But in the meantime, I'm still planning out the expansion to see how that would work. I obviously need to take apart a lot of sets, or my custom mocks. I really want to put the downtown set in my city once I expand it. I just don't know how that's going to work. So lots of things to do, and plenty of time to do them, thankfully. So with summer wrapping up and my schedule going back to normal here in the next 2 weeks or so, you know, that will eliminate a lot of my time, my free time, but I'm going to try and do as much as I can in the meantime to get stuff rolling. And that's why it's taken me so long to make videos, is because I'm trying to really allow myself to take my time with doing things in the city, but also to really hardcore think about what I want to do next. So that's the reason why it takes so long to make a video sometimes, is because I'm struggling to figure out what I want to do, because it's a lot of work to deconstruct the city. Y'all seen that before, so we'll just have to see. All right, LEGO Maniacs, I'm gonna wrap up this video. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think I should do with expanding the city. Should I expand it by one more table? Should I rotate it and expand it that way? Or should it be a rectangle or a square, essentially? Let me know in the comment section down below. And what do you think about the ideas of maybe having a separate city layout on this table? There's all kinds of stuff we can do, and I'm trying to figure that out. But anyways, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure and smash the like button, subscribe for more videos. Like I said, I try my best to post videos as often as I can. It's just kind of a slow burn with work and all that, so just bear with me. And we'll have to go from there. In my next video, I'm going to be sharing you a neat little project that I've been working on in order to decorate the hallway with more LEGO stuff. So until then, be sure and turn on notifications, that way you don't miss my next upload. And you guys have a fantastic rest of your week. Until then, friends, keep building, comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.